This is your Barbados Today evening news update for Monday, August 28. Thanks for joining us. I am Frenella Wedderburn. Culture Minister Stephen Lashley says he's totally kerfuffled by the scathing criticisms leveled by opposition leader Mia Mottley about the island's hosting of Carifesta 13. At the weekend, Mottley dubbed the just-ended 10-day festival Cari Fiasco, citing low attendance at events and disorganization. She insisted that the government did not capitalize on the unique opportunities of hosting the mega regional showcase. But in an equally strong response, Lashley hit back today, describing Mottley's comments as a national disgrace. He insisted Barbados' hosting of Carifesta was a resounding success and the Barbados Labour Party leader was totally out of line.
I believe that Ms. Mottley is totally off cue. I believe that her statements are highly motivated by partisan political considerations, which have no place in my view in relation to what Carifesta means. Carifesta is a celebration of the outstanding contributions of our Caribbean sisters and brothers. And they came here. If Ms. Mottley had any iota about how Carifesta is managed, she would not make those comments.
Last evening, Mottley insisted that the festival did not have the full backing of the Frundle-Stewart-led cabinet. In fact, she claimed that not only did cabinet fail to attend the activities, but they also had a number of events which clashed with Carifesta activities.
Our government mired in interministerial wrangling about who is the leader after Frundle. Because that's what it's about. This was a boycott of Stephen Lashley. Don't get tied up. So other than a few ministers, 2 or 3, the majority of them did not turn up for any action this week. And even the ones who went to the comedy festival, that is Freddie's event, not Stephen Lashley's or the Ministry of Culture. That's what this came down to. So when I tell you that I was shamed, and I am shamed, it is because I know things could have been so different and that this could have been a country soaring tonight and all of us would have been leaving here together to go down to Kensington. But what does Richard Seeley have on tonight instead of going to the closing of Carifesta? He's not interested in what Stephen Lashley doing. What does he have on tonight? A football tournament opening at Valerie. What did the Democratic Labour Party have on the weekend of the opening of Carifesta if Harvey didn't come? It's political annual conference. And it is only when they were embarrassed by Harvey being here to say, you know something, we better don't put it this weekend because we got the opening of Carifesta. We better don't put it next weekend because we got the closing of Carifesta, plus we got the football tournament for Richard Seeley and the Prime Minister. So we're going to hold it the next weekend. How do you have Carifesta that you committed to more than 2 years ago creep up on your annual conference?
Principal of the University of the West Indies Caval campus, Professor Eudine Barito, says the tense industrial climate in Barbados is worrying. She is concerned that the principles of mutual respect are sorely missing from the current discourse between the key players of the social partners. Speaking during the opening of the Barbados Workers' Union 76th Annual Delegates Conference, Barito said it was time to put the rancor aside and focus on the issues.
There has to be broad-based societal respect for the union's right to commence and conduct legitimate actions on behalf of its membership. If the Barbados Workers' Union decides it needs to stage a march to gain the attention of government, all sectors of the society can discuss this to their heart's content, whether that action is warranted or whether in its opinion it signals the best tactical or perhaps the weakest strategic action in light of previous actions and anticipated outcomes. What must never happen is a public disparaging and disrespectful dismissal of the hard-won right of the union to initiate action on behalf of its members.
The Barbados Cancer Society's breast screening program is reporting a decline in the number of women coming forward to get tested over the last 3 years. Medical consultant with the program, Dr. Shirley Hanneman-Jagaru, says this is cause for concern. She's blaming the problem on the island's economic woes, explaining that women are putting their health on the back burner to focus on more immediate priorities.
Our biopsy rates have fallen, but that's to be expected because the less people attending, the less positive results you would get. I mean, in 2016 June, we had 59 new cases being diagnosed, which was a great increase from 2013, when it was in the 28. Then in 2017, believe it or not, 2016 June to 2017 June, we only had 28 new positive cases. And that is because we have less people attending.
Dr. Hanneman-Jagaru was speaking at the launch of the 2017 CIBC First Caribbean International Bank's Walk for the Cure, which raised some $233,000 for the breast screening program last year. She noted that these funds were used to invest in new equipment. She also said that the new monies raised this year will go towards helping patients who are facing financial challenges.
The money raised from this year, we will have to use some of that for helping them with the biopsies. And then we have a few women who cannot afford their mammograms, or if we bring them back to repeat a particular site or something like that, they might not be able to afford it, so we want to help them with that.
In sports, the West Indies will set a target of 322 to win the second test against England at Headingley on Monday. England declared their second innings on 490 for 8 after starting Monday's fourth day, just 2 runs ahead, having already lost 3 wickets. Moeen Ali top scored with 84, with captain Joe Root making 72, Chris Yokes 61 not out, David Malan 61, and Ben Stokes 58. England lead this current 3-match series 1-0 after an innings and 209-run win in the first test at Edgbaston.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
We are the tridents, we run it down. Everybody know we the baddest around. Anything test, we will throw that down. Come in, Peter, and tell me how we sound. Yes, lyric, you're talking the truth. When we walk up there, they have to salute. Boy, when we put on the trident suit, we put everybody from you. Let's go, tridents. Barbados tridents. Let's go, tridents. Barbados tridents. Wash them all. Dust them all. Knock them all. Send them all. Run them all. Brush them all. Get them all. Dust them all. You know why? Barbados tridents is better than anything. Nothing can test we beat it.
To the region now, minority leader of the Tobago House of Assembly, Watson Duke, made good on his promise to attempt a 20-mile swim from Tobago to Trinidad from Scarborough Port to Toco. He swam for just about an hour and completed the journey by a jet ski and pirogue. The action was aimed at sending a clear message to government to fix the unreliable air and sea bridge between the two sister islands. His swimming mate, member of Tobago House of Assembly A. Farley Augustine, spoke to the media on their arrival.
We did this so we could demonstrate to everyone in this country how inordinately difficult it is for us to traverse between these two islands that consider itself a unitary state, and how ridiculous it is that after more than a year in government and more than a year of knowing that the boats we have are not functional, that we are still left in a monkey pants. The average Tobagonian can't swim this distance. The average Tobagonian doesn't own a pirogue or a jet ski or means by which he can get to Trinidad. And in any case, if the average Tobagonian gets to Trinidad by any means necessary, chances are he will get to the closest point, which is where we are, and still have to traverse a long way into Port of Spain to get business done. And perhaps people don't understand what that means, but that simply means that in order for us to file legal documents for land titles. This is what we have to go through. People who have job interviews, who need to train university students, medical supplies, book supplies. School will open shortly, and a lot of parents cannot do the traditional trip to Trinidad.
On the international scene, catastrophic flooding in the U.S. state of Texas is only expected to worsen in the coming days as waters rise following a storm of historic proportions. A record 30 inches of rain have already fallen on the city of Houston in the wake of Hurricane Harvey, turning roads into rivers. But forecasters say that number could nearly double later this week. Today, President Donald Trump said recovery from Hurricane Harvey will be long and difficult, but he predicted that the country would emerge bigger, better, stronger than before.
If you can focus in on this home right here in front of you, take a look at the roof. You can see the axe and the hole that was chopped out of the roof and of this home so that people could escape the floodwaters here. That is, you know, one of the scenes that we've seen here in this neighborhood that is eerily quiet at this point, as many volunteers, mostly bringing their flat bottom boats, have come in here to pull hundreds of people out of this particular neighborhood. People, as I was mentioning, I think earlier, that people went to bed thinking that this was going to be, I talked with one resident, look at here, people who you park their car very close up to the, look right here, Joel, if you can point down, there's a car. That's the, you can see the car just underneath the water there. So you might not see anything, but there are cars underneath here.
Yeah, we did see that.
You can see what people have done to kind of get themselves. They use these towels as a way to get themselves off of that steep ledge of that roof and onto the rooftop of the car, probably when they're rescued earlier. If you look into some of these windows, you can see furniture and furnishings inside the home, essentially just floating around in the living rooms and in the bedrooms of this community.
And that's news, but for the very latest, visit our website, www.barbadostoday.bb. Also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're also on Izumi Media, in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Frenella Wedderburn. Good evening.